Welcome, dear traders. You're watching a recap of the Asian session. Now, traders are stuck between a rock and a hard place. On the one hand, sentiment improved amid upbeat earnings reports of IT companies. And on the other hand, concerns over the US banking sector are mounting. US stock indexes traded mixed yesterday amid such controversial factors. Stock indexes in Japan, New Zealand, Australia, and China also took a nosedive. Yesterday, Asia-Pacific stock markets closed with losses. Investors are worried about the impact of new rate hikes on the global economy. Further monetary tightening could trigger a recession in the United States and other countries. In the next 2 weeks, the Fed, the Bank of Japan, the Bank of England, and the ECB will announce their rate decisions. The Bank of Japan is widely expected to keep the key rate unchanged, and the Fed is likely to raise the benchmark rate by 25 basis points. Inflation in the United States is persistently high. It means that the Fed Reserve will hardly end its tightening cycle. As the Fed is in the blackout period, investors make their predictions on the upcoming economic reports. Now they are anticipating GDP figures for the first quarter. The regulator takes into account this indicator before making monetary policy decisions. The US dollar index faced a strong bearish pressure. It was rather volatile, moving in the range of 101.20 and 101.50. It seems that expectations of a new rate hikes no longer boost the greenback. On Thursday morning, it dropped to 101.4 versus its main rivals, and thus the greenback maintains its losing streak. The main reasons for its weakness are fears about the banking crisis and a possible recession in the United States. For example, US capital goods new orders published yesterday showed a bigger than expected drop. This is another sign that the US economy may slide into recession, and now the US currency is in the consolidation phase. The yen lost momentum against the US dollar, slipping to 133.70. Apart from fears over the global recession, it's also down due to expectations of the Bank of Japan's dovish decision on the key rate. The Bank of Japan meeting will take place tomorrow. In the Asian session. The dollar-yen pair was trading in the narrow range of 133.4 and 133.9. The US dollar is now stronger than the yen. The pair is likely to remain in this range until the release of fresh US macro starts in the American session. The Australian dollar is very sensitive to external factors rather than internal ones. It has a high correlation with the Wall Street. In the morning, the Aussie climbed following a rise in the Nasdaq index yesterday. It even managed to test the psychologically important level of 0.6630. However, it failed to consolidate at these peaks amid the lack of drivers. Oil is declining. The Reserve Bank of Australia meeting will take place only in less than a week. There is also no positive news from China as well. Nevertheless, the Aussie was able to stay in the upward range of 0.6598 and 0.6636. In the Asian session, it touched 0.6617, mainly due to a weaker US dollar. The New Zealand dollar had a similar dynamic, however, the Kiwi is trying to recover from its 6-week low of 0.6110 looked in the previous session. The Reserve Bank of New Zealand is expected to raise the rate again as inflation in the country is still high. After falling the US dollar index to its 2-week low, commodity currencies are recovering the early losses. The Kiwi dollar pair advanced by 0.5% since the start of the day. It was gradually rising in the channel of 0.6115 and 0.6156. In the end of the Asian session, the pair approached point 6146. And that's all for now. We hope you are making profitable trades today. We make our video reviews every day so that you always have the latest news at your fingertips. Leave your comments down below and see you soon.